Hey guys, Kwan's not with me this week, but I'd like to share my conversation with my friend Deni Carson about her two plays, The Love Drug and Swipe Right. In addition, I'll add a few links to some of the people we discuss and also the two plays so you can watch them for yourself. Enjoy. So Deni, I wanted to talk to you because, I'm a screenwriter and you're a screenwriter.
Mm-hmm.
And I met you through screenwriting.
Right.
But last year I discovered that you're also a playwright.
Well, I haven't thought of writing plays until that opportunity presented itself. I haven't thought of writing plays because, as you know, plays are more, movies are more visual, and that's how I see things when I write, and plays are more character-driven, I guess. You have to really focus on arcs and dialogue and plot through from my point of view, you have to really focus on telling the story through. It's kind of situational, but more dialogue-driven, if you know what I mean. Whereas movies are more visual, and you get to kind of add your vision, I guess.
Yeah, I do know what you mean, and so I wonder, with your experience with screenwriting, when you were asked to try writing a play, did you hesitate, or did you just say yes?
Well, I just said yes. I believe in diving head on and just learning as you go. When I first wrote the play for Taipei Short, it was suggested to me to use that play or that script, which was originally intended for a short film. And I knew that I had to, because it was written with a visual medium in mind, I knew I had to convert it to make it fit more of the character-driven mode. So I thought that would be a challenge, and I went for it.
Oh, yeah, and you did really well, too, I think.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, the play was a success. So with the changes you made, did you feel that you had to change a lot of dialogue? Or were you really just changing the situation or the location?
Yeah, and I did. I think I did both. Believe it or not, it was kind of, I didn't know how I was going to do it, but it was kind of through instinct, because I've seen a lot of plays, and you sort of get a feel for, the beats, and I don't know, it's hard to explain. You sort of get a feel for the rhythm of a play, which is different from a film. And so I just dove right in and maybe I Googled a bit how to write a play. And I just went for it. And basically what I did was I tried to make the characters more larger, I guess. Larger than life. So if you're sitting in a theater watching some actors on stage, you have to really, make your characters larger than life to draw just to keep your audience entertained. So, I did it that way.
Did you find that it was easy for you to make them larger than life? Because the way the play, now that you mentioned that to me, when I watched the play, I'm actually having difficulty imagining how they might have been different for cinema. Like you did it so seamlessly, and it really did seem quite natural.
I think my acting classes have helped a bit. Studying with Brook and also performing in theater, his mantra was always make bold choices and make your characters really interesting. If you have good actors as well, you give them something that they can really dive into. So, a lot of that was kudos to the actors. I think taking that class has helped a lot, And then, I watch a lot of movies and I've seen plays and stuff.
And Brooke was quite a a force to be reckoned with in Taipei.
Yeah, he was. He taught me not to play things safe and just go for broke. So I put a lot of that into the characters as well. Hopefully making them layered and instead of one-dimensional and giving them quirks. I love a quirky character as far as plays, well, movies as well. I just think it makes for an interesting play when your characters are all over the place, kind of, yet contained within the story.
Yeah, and contained on the stage.
Yeah, exactly.
So can you tell me, how did it feel? You've got this play. It's basically your very first play, I find out. And it just kills. Like the audience is laughing and because my response was like the audience, I was impressed, and I was like also impressed how impressed the audience was.
Thank you. As you know, I didn't go on the first day because I was really nervous. My anxiety level was like through the roof, and I could not bring myself to go. And that's one thing I do regret. But that being said, you messaged me after you saw it. I think you were the first one to do it. And then following you, I had several people message me and they were just expressing to me how they enjoyed it and everything. And I was just blown away. I was like, what? It felt good. It felt really good. So
you arrived, I think, on the second night or the third night? I
was there on the second night, and it was equally nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I know the nerve part.
I was really happy, and more than anything, it's like you write this project and you give it over to someone else for them to interpret. And I was fortunate enough to have Andrew direct mine, and he just got it.
He did.
And I had little input in the rehearsals and everything else. And I know I did that on purpose. I didn't want to interfere with his process by being there and interrupting, the flow and everything. But I was just really pleased that he got what I was going for. So I was really pleased with that. So that means that what I wrote, it came off, it jumped. I mean, he just got it. What I wrote, he got. So, that was really satisfying.
How does that feel to know that you did write something that touched so many people?
It feels good because that's one of the things that I like about writing. I like the fact that you sort of pull people out of their lives for, a half hour, or an hour, or 90 minutes, and you take them on this ride that hopefully they enjoy, because there's nothing worse than going to a bad movie and wasting 2 hours of your life,
Yeah.
It was great. It was one of the best experiences that I had, knowing that people enjoyed it. They laughed where they were supposed to, thank goodness. And, yeah, it was great. It was very fulfilling.
And the second time you did it again.
Yeah.
Did you feel, was that more difficult or was that easier?
I think it was more difficult, actually, because the first one, it was successful. And so you have to follow up. There's that pressure to hopefully do something just as good. And that's probably one of the reasons I dragged my feet on it. And I have you to thank for, because you pushed me. You remember?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I can't do it, And you helped me out. You said, just do it. If it's just 2 pages a week, just do it, And I did it. And
you definitely did do it, yeah.
Yeah. I did it, and I tweaked it and rewrote and revised and just, hope for the best, but it is that added pressure of hoping that it's, what you do, your follow-up is just as good as your debut.
The last thing I want to ask you about is, your inspiration. Where do you get that? And, where do these stories come from?
Oh, random, actually. I may read something in the paper, or maybe sometimes I'm sitting down and a line just pops in my head, and I just build the play around that one line. Yeah, but it's really random. I mean, I don't get ideas all the time, and I don't like to push ideas because I just don't feel... I mean, some people can do that, and that's great, but I just feel it's more organic if an idea pops in my head and I just go with it. Because I feel if I force myself to think of something, then I mean, that's good. I think that's great, but I like there to be that organic flow, that inspiration, and then I'm more inspired to write and put my all into it and stuff like that. But yeah, I may see people do something weird outside, or I'll see something in a newspaper, or a line will pop in my head, and I'll just work from there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it works for you, so you might as well stick to what works.
Yeah, stick to what works.
So that's it for episode 6 of the QC show. Thanks for listening. In addition, if you want to leave a comment, we'd like to know, are you a movie person or a play person? Let us know.